Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another true crime video yet again, and today we will be talking about the drowning of Adrianna Hutto. Adrianna Elaine Hutto was born on September 16th in 1999. She grew up in Esto, Florida with her single mother Amanda Lewis and her half-brother AJ, who was 1 year younger than her. Adrianna was described to be a wild child. She was diagnosed with ADHD very early on in life and was just bursting with energy, and this caused a lot of trouble for her. She and her mother, Amanda, did not get along well, and according to Amanda herself, she had a difficult time bonding with her own daughter. Amanda at the time was in her late 20s, and as I have mentioned earlier, she was a single mom. She worked as a nursing assistant and was the sole caretaker of both children. AJ, who was 6 years old at the time, had a very close relationship with his half sister, but was described to be the complete opposite. He was very calm and mellow, according to the people who knew them. On August 8th, 2007, after getting home from working the night shift at the hospital, Amanda took a nap before getting ready for the rest of the day. They were planning to go school supply shopping in the afternoon, and according to her, while she was preparing what needed to be done before leaving the house, Adrianna and AJ were just outside playing in their yard. AJ then suddenly goes into the house and says, Adrianna is in the pool. And for some reason, Amanda just ignored this. A few minutes later, she finally went out to check on the kids, and this is when she saw AJ hovering around the pool trying to fish his sister out of it. Amanda rushed to AJ's side and saw Adrianna floating face down. And when she got her daughter out of the water, she noticed that she was already turning purple. Amanda then frantically calls 911 asking for emergency services. Adrianna was rushed to the hospital, but nothing could be done anymore. She was declared dead almost immediately after being brought in. Adrianna Elaine Hutto was only 7 years old. But before Adrianna was even declared to be dead, the doctor who was working on her asked her mother if she had any questions pertaining to, of course, her daughter's condition. And all Amanda said was, "Where's the vending machine?" This doctor, along with other medical staff present at the time, noted how emotionless and seemingly detached Amanda was. She definitely wasn't acting like a grief-stricken mother who had just lost her child in a terrible accident. Now, AJ, on the other hand, was brought to his grandparents' house. He had already seen his sister drowning and definitely did not need to see more. Now, this was, of course, ruled as an accidental drowning. Based on the scene paramedics and police saw at their home, the ladder to the pool was taken off, but there was, however, a wagon on the side of the pool and a pan found underwater. So their theory was that Adrianna was trying to get bugs or leaves out of the pool using this pan and was stepping on the wagon. And she must have slipped and hit her head, and that's how she drowned. The pool was 18 feet in diameter and was only 4 feet deep. So it would have been possible for Adrianna to just stand up. However, multiple people who knew this family noted that Adrianna was extremely terrified of the water, and they just knew that she would never go anywhere near the pool without supervision. And just a few hours after Adrianna's passing, the grandparents themselves contacted the police saying that they needed to interview AJ. Now, 6-year-old AJ was brought in for an interview and was asked what he witnessed. And chillingly, AJ said, "Mama dunked Adrianna in the pool." And when he was asked what he meant by that, he simply said, "Drowning." He continued on by saying, "Mama held her head like this so she wouldn't scream. She did something she wasn't supposed to do, so my mama got mad at her and threw her in the pool. Based on AJ's story, after his mother got home from work, she was extremely tired and quite agitated already. And when Adriana sprayed glass cleaner inside the house, Amanda was caught in a fit of rage. AJ was interviewed multiple times, and of course, this was a 6-year-old boy. There is bound to be some inconsistencies in his version of events. Some even questioned his credibility. However, why would a 6-year-old lie about this? But no matter how much he changed some of the details to his story, he never deviated from the fact that his mother threw his sister into the pool and held her down until she stopped screaming. He was very consistent on that part. Amanda, on the other hand, denies everything and claims that this was an accident, sticking to her original story. When questioned about AJ's previous statements, she was persistent on blaming it on her son's big and colorful imagination. Amanda also passed numerous polygraph tests, but we now know that these aren't really that reliable and couldn't be used in court. So Amanda Lewis was arrested and charged with the murder of her own 7-year-old daughter. Now, Amanda was offered a plea bargain to lessen her sentence. She was offered a 10-year sentence in exchange of pleading guilty. However, she declined and maintained her innocence. So they pushed through with the trial. Now, once investigation started, numerous witnesses came out and testified against Amanda in court, including her own mother, who stated that Amanda had always had a short temper when it came to Adrianna. Other witnesses who knew the family also said that the kids were neglected and would sometimes even be starved. And she would often rant to other people how her kids, especially Adrianna, had behavioral issues. Now, it's pretty normal and understandable for parents to be exhausted and vent out from time to time. However, Amanda's co-workers also mentioned that on multiple occasions where Amanda would get tired of Adriana's antics, she would always say something along the lines of, "I could just kill her." It was also presented in court that when law enforcement visited the home, it just painted a picture of how the kids were being abused or at least neglected. The house was said to have been filthy and smelled terrible. Definitely not ideal for two young kids to be living in. Police also noted the lack of toys, and when asked about this matter, Amanda told the officers that she had locked away the children's toys in their shed as punishment, and that they were going to get them back in a week. However, upon checking the said shed, there were no toys there either. It was also then revealed that prior to having Adriana and AJ, Amanda had actually given birth to another baby a few years prior, and this baby just suddenly died. It was a very mysterious thing. According to Amanda, she left this baby in the crib sleeping, and once she came back to check on the baby, he or she was no longer breathing. And at the time, it was ruled as due to natural causes, with a stroke or sudden infant death syndrome as a possible or probable cause. Either way, the cause of death for this baby came back inconclusive. And after hearing what happened to Adriana, law enforcement and people in Amanda's life started to believe that she may have done something to cause her first baby's untimely death as well. But the star witness of this case was, of course, 6-year-old AJ, who saw everything that transpired that day. And at first, he didn't even realize that his mother was there. He did not recognize his own mother. He had no idea that she was sitting in the courtroom with him. And once he was made aware that his mother was indeed there, he just started to cry his little eyes out. When asked about what happened, he stated that his mom put the wagon on the side of the pool. And this is just a personal opinion, but to me, this seems like Amanda had put the wagon there for staging purposes. AJ was very consistent with the fact that his mother was very angry, dunked Adrianna into the pool, and held her face down. The medical examiner also gave her witness testimony saying that there were bruises on Adriana's face, consistent with how AJ said his mother held her face while dunking her. And this just sealed the deal. Amanda Lewis was found guilty of the murder of her 7-year-old daughter, Adrianna Elaine Hutto, and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In 2010, she tried to file for an appeal but was declined. Amanda Lewis will be spending the rest of her life behind bars. This was a very heavy one. It always makes me so sad when parents, especially mothers, do something bad to their children. It only goes to show that not everyone is fit to become a parent and not everyone deserves a child. I just hope that AJ grows up happy and healthy. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information that I have on this case. As usual, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Amanda did it? Do you think AJ was coerced into saying something? I mean, he was pretty consistent. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on my next video.